Alright, yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Solo, and this is me, basically the other part of, well, a more in-depth of me actually being a process server and the craziest experience I had there. I feel it was crazy. Basically, like I said, I was a process server like Seth Rogen and Pineapple Express. That basically, you got served, but you don't really gotta say that unless you want to be like an asshole or something like that. You don't really gotta say that. It wasn't for like if you was late on child support or like if the cops are looking for you. Nah, I'll handle the litigation. Basically, it was just for if you late on like not rent your mortgage. Like after a couple of months, that's when you see me. So I come through, not be like, yo, you really know these papers for, man. You know, so sign this and I'm out. So, but the reason it was crazy is because um I was in Jersey. That job was in Jersey, and they hired me for the Essex County area, right? So they break it down to like process servers, maybe two to three in the area or whatever. And like I said, there was 90% white people there. You know what I'm saying? So, and they had me. If you're from Jersey, you'll know they had me in Essex County. So, but they only had me in Newark and really a little bit of Irvington. Yeah. So it was split between me and like maybe two other people, but I only had Newark, and that's the more urban areas. So basically, because I was black, so that goes into my next thing. Where another thing is, I think there needs to be a class if you're black. There needs to be a class on how to maneuver or just how to be in a corporate setting. You know what I'm saying? How to like interact with being one of the only black people there, because it's not hard to do. I mean, people are people, but it's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the underlying racism, it's the slick racism, it's a different thing, and I believe that they just want us to react in a certain way. Because you could probably, be, get real, you know what I'm saying, check them real quick or do, do what you got to do, but you get fired ultimately, and I think they kind of want that. So I think there always need to be a class on how to maneuver. It's just a different vibe. I call that place the sunken place because they smiled in my face. You know what I'm saying? When there's a problem, they don't, and they definitely don't want to have any type of conflict, because they gonna think, oh, he's about to so they handle it like in a conniving and weird way. It's really weird. There needs to be a class, but since everybody's going like remote and stuff like that, I don't know if the jobs, probably still like that, but it's a lot of jobs that's remote, so maybe it's a different atmosphere now. But I just thought that was crazy. But so as like I said in a previous video, I was getting closer to being in social media marketing for them. So the closer I got to that, they started putting me in the meetings. Like I said, because the process servers were basically the grunts of that company. Like so, but when I started to getting the social media marketing part, they asked me questions. They wanted me to give my ideas to a random social media guy, which I never knew what he was doing. He looked at like old man Logan in the corner. I didn't know who he was. He just popped up one day, and they wanted me to give my ideas to him. And then they was like, it's a competition between y'all. Like, when did it become a competition? I'm cool with the competition, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm really cool with that. But she was like, oh, I don't really know. So now you're playing around. So I kind of fell back from doing the process serving part of the job. So and I always get like a sixth sense when you're about to get fired, or when you start to become micromanaged. You could sense these things. So I asked him one day. I went in there, but I went in there with regular clothes. I didn't come my uniform in, and I came in. I came in like I was from Newark. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there, not too crazy though. I just went in there like, yo, do I need to look for another job and like to make up the money that I'm not getting, because I was getting some money. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting money, and they had me in those areas because the other white people didn't want to go to those areas because they said they were scared. FYI, I never had an issue in Newark or Irvington with those areas. Never. That's the crazy part. There is a lot of money to be made in those areas. That's the funny thing about that. But I went in there. I talked to, I don't know, like I guess HR or whoever, and she was like, "Nah, Lamar, you don't gotta look for another job. You know what I'm saying? We love you. What's the name like you? Blah 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 blah." So I'm like, all right. Then she was like, I said, like, just keep it real with me. They're like, of course we trying to keep it real with you. When they try to use your language with you, you should know that it's a dub. So, um, like maybe like a week or 2 weeks later, they was like, yeah, Lamar, we gotta talk to you. I went in there. They gave me, when you go into a room and they got the HR there, you already know what's up. So I'm like, are y'all firing, terminating me? They were like, yeah, we have to, and I was like, why? And the boss told me because there's not a lot of work that we can give you, and I will respect that answer if I didn't come in here like 2 weeks ago, like, should I look for another job? You know what I'm saying? So I kind of, that's the only like BS part about it, because I didn't really care that they fired me. My thing is, like, I came in here a week before, and y'all was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was good, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also they hired another black. They hired a older black gentleman, basically like a yes man, and he said yes to everything while I was saying no to stuff. So I already seen the play anyway. But like I said, even though that was some BS, I was really some bullshit how they did that. That still was like probably financially probably one of the best jobs I had ever. But you know what I'm saying? It's just they just got rid of me because I wanted to be in social media marketing really, and I think that's one of them a good thing to be in right now. I don't know why, and they was taking some of my ideas too, which is crazy. But yeah, I think that whole experience was just crazy to me because I feel like the Sunken place, man. Like, they were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I wish I could like upload some of the videos I got from them, but I'm pretty sure they sue me if I do that. So I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, man. So that's why, like, that's another reason why I'm saying I just stopped working 9 to 5s. Also, because you can't trust nobody. That's one of the best bosses I ever had and ever seen. I even gotta admit, he was white, obviously, but they just fired me like that. One week they like, you cool. Next week they like, whatever, and they replaced me with an old old black dude, which is funny. But yeah, that's like a crazy experience for a job that I had. And I just learned a lesson from that, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. They did a lot of underhand stuff, which was, I don't know why they did it. I kind of feel like they jobs need like a black person there. It's like a old the Wayne's Brothers episode that when Marlon or Sean, no, Sean was working at a job and he was black and they only had him there because he was black, but he's making a lot of money. That's exactly what it was, man. And if I knew what I knew now working there, I would be like a multi-millionaire through that. I can't say how, but they trust me, I would have been. But I think I was getting too smart for that job though. But yeah, that's the crazy experience I had being a process server. Cool job though, man. It's an interesting job, but I wouldn't go back. And how I found it, people ask me how I found that job. I just found it on Craigslist. And that was it. Yeah, I thought it was something else actually. Wow.